Yo, what up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. My name is Jordan, and we're going to be doing some cool drawing stuff today. So, thank you all for coming. Let's get some music started first of all, because you guys know I don't like working in silence. Y'all gotta let me know if that's too loud. We got Mark here. What's up? We got someone saying, yo, 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 what's up? Thank you for coming. So today, let me share my screen. That would probably be helpful, right? Today, I wanted to actually try something a little different. I want to do some facial expressions today. Character expression sheets are incredibly important whenever you're designing a character. And I realized earlier today that I never did a character sheet for this particular individual. His name is Mashaka. He is one of the political leaders of my world. And I remember when I designed him, I had a little bit of issue drawing his face. I couldn't quite get it. So I was like, you know what? Now that I have the time, why don't we adjust that? Let's fix it. So we're going to do some facial expressions for him. And we got Megan in the house. We missed you last week, my friend. Thank you for coming on. All right, so let's do this. Let's draw some more Shadowboxer stuff. And again, let me know if the music is too loud again, guys, because I cannot tell when things are bothering you. So let's see. Someone give me an expression to draw. Like, are we doing angry? Are we doing happy? Are we doing something looking to the side? That's the first thing we got to decide, what expression we're going for. I could do something basic to start off with. Maybe if I pull up Pinterest right here, we could start with something. We could start with this. A little Hugh Jackman inspiration. Okay, so yeah, I'll start with this one. Then you guys in the comments put what you guys want to see. Let's see. Pastellum says, what's up, dude? And then Amanda's in here. Oh, man, it's a party. It is a Shadowboxers Joe McFo Show party. I love it. Love to see it. I appreciate everyone's support. If you have not done so already, please like and share the video so that we can get more people here. Our subscriber number is jumping, guys. We're at 821 last time I checked. So that is super exciting. I remember the days where it was just, 200 something, 300 something, and we're getting up to that 1,000 mark. So it's pretty awesome. I'm super excited, and I'm glad you guys are sticking with me through it. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Actually, I'm gonna make a quick change. I want to have him tilt his head down a little bit more. I wanted to have him just looking straight on at us. Let's have it do something like this. So how was everyone's week? Anyone have a happy week? Was it sad? Was it stressful? Mine was very long. I feel like that's a pattern of my life. It just happens to be that way. And it is what it is. So not trying to complain, but it's more like a statement of fact at this point. So I think how I'm going to do these expression sheets, guys, I think I'm probably going to do loose sketches for all of them. I'll get them tight enough where it's not, or where you can tell what's happening. But as far as doing clean line art and coloring, I'm not sure I'm going to get to that today. I have more fun at this stage where it's kind of sketchy. And I think that actually will hold more value for you guys for the creation process. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys like to see when I ink and stuff. So I'm looking at my Hugh Jackman reference over there. Where's Clara when you need her? I know she would be super happy if she saw who I was drawing. For those who don't know, Clara is my boss and the face of Art Prof LLC. And every once in a while she'll come on. She'll probably pop on in a couple hours and we'll bring up You Missed the Hugh Jackman and make her feel bad. Let's see. Super anime shock. What is super anime shock? What is that the kind of face? You gotta give me a reference or something. I wish you could post a link, but it's not gonna really work in YouTube like that. I'm excited for 1,000. Me too, Amanda. I'm excited too. Manette says for 1,000 subscribers, you should watch Princess Bride, then do a fan art stream of the characters. Well, there's a competition because Megan says Full Metal Alchemist and you're saying Princess Bride. If I had to pick between the two, honestly, I think Full Metal Alchemist would win because it just sounds cooler. Gives me hope for my 200 subscriber years. Let's also say subscriber. Yeah, take it all, man. Any subscriber you get is a win, honestly. You've been unproductive as heck, man. You know what? It happens sometimes. It happens. Manette says, Manette, no, it's Full Metal. Still, line art is the best. Line art supremacy. I like doing line art, but it's just out of the 3 stages, I think that one gives me the most anxiety because that one is like if I mess up, it's very easy to see and it's hard to kind of to fix what the outcome in that situation. No alternatives, everyone. Unified front on FMA. Oh my goodness. You're going to start an army if you have not already. Maybe, do you hold secret meetings when I'm not around, just trying to get everyone to root for Full Metal? If not, I have a feeling they're probably going to start coming very soon. All right, so let's get Mashak. I'm looking real mad. Got to exaggerate those brows. His nose is not super wide, but sometimes when you get that angry look, you got the nose nostrils flare out a little bit. And then we got, I think I might need to stretch this out a little. By the way, guys, I might be snacking on an apple while I'm drawing. I'll mute my mic so you don't have to hear me chew. I don't want to trigger anybody's misophonia. But I only ate once today, with the exception of this apple. So I might take part in that if y'all don't mind. All right, we've got more of a triangular chin. That's probably a little too wide. And then he's got his facial hair doing this. I think that was his bottom lip, so there's his goatee. There we go. And then he's got his wrinkles under the eyes. He's going to be a very prominent character in Shadow Boxers, by the way. I have not spoken a lot about him intentionally because I don't want to reveal too much, but he's going to be very, very prominent. So that's another reason why I thought I would do this character as opposed to someone we aren't going to see that many times. Like, I love the whole concept of Chef Fufu. That was so much fun to create with you guys. I don't know how many times he'll show up realistically. I'm not sure. So we'll figure it out. Exactly, Megan Manette. You need to fix that. I can't really speak to FMA. I never watched all of it. Oh, and then Mark hasn't seen FMA, so Megan, I assume you're going to get on him too. That's a great idea. Thanks. Oh, crap. Oh, man. I did something now. I did something. Bro, what's wrong with you guys? For what it's worth, I like the little bits I did see. ASMR apple bites. Is that what you guys are into? I don't know. I mean, I could bite it, but it just, that sounds like something odd. I don't know. Here, we'll try it out. If it bothers you guys, I'll mute myself. Okay, let's get his eyes. Okay, his head still feels a little on the thin side to me. And I think this is why I like the sketch phase more, because this is where you do all the problem solving. You know, you start to figure out, oh, this is too tall, this is too short, this is too wide, this is too long. All that sort of stuff is done in this stage of things. When you get to line art and you have not solved those, that's when things become a little tricky. And then I think the pressure is on at that point because that's when you want things to be finalized. And so it always adds a little bit of pressure. Thankfully, the way I draw naturally kind of, it doesn't make it too difficult for the line art stage, but yeah. So let's see. Let's do this. This isn't going to be the clean line art or anything, but I just think we can get a little tighter. I think the expression changed from what it was initially supposed to be, but that's fine. It's supposed to be him being all ferocious, but it's now sort of him angrily talking. Okay, let's get so the view of the nose. One thing I'm really trying to make sure I capture as I do this is the angularity of his face. There's a lot of sharp shapes in his nose, especially in his eyes. So I really am trying to be conscious of that. This way I draw naturally is pretty angular. I took a lot of inspiration from like Phil Barassa and Jeff Wamister, and those guys are known for their sharpness. And there's something about it that just looks really cool to me. So we're going to see a lot of those types of things in this project. Maybe one day I'll do like a cutesy version. You know what? I don't think we've ever done like a chibi stream, like exclusively, because I have chibi versions of almost all the characters. I should do that one of these days. Just something fun. I think I've done it occasionally. Like I know I did one of Kayla a while ago, but I don't think I did anyone else. Let's get rid of that. And for those of you who are on and have not said hi, please say hi. I want to know who's on the stream so I could greet you, say what's up. I know some of you guys be hiding. Okay, goatee. So one thing I do when it comes to drawing his goatee, I make sure I get the mouth in first, because otherwise I'll have to put in, I'll probably have to erase a lot of stuff if I do it the other way around. So it's actually more efficient to have the mouth first, and then I'll just shape the goatee around that. And sometimes that might mean like this little portion here, like the soul patch and all that, that might mean that gets decreased in size a little bit. But his mouth is more important than seeing all the angles of his facial hair. So yeah, it's all good. Oh man, I'm down for apple bites, at least indifferent to apple bits. That's funny. I know. Wait, there are 2 titles for FMA, and then Megan's going into that. Brotherhood is canonically accurate, but there are good things about both. Brotherhood is a more shonen action. I'm considering getting a Roy Mustang tattoo. I didn't know you were interested in tattoos, Megan. I had no idea. The second series following the manga more closely. Both are great, but Brotherhood is superior. Let me see. I think I saw Brotherhood from the parts I saw. I don't remember which one. I saw an episode of one of them. Maybe you guys could probably tell me. All I remember is that they went into some tomb and there was a dude searching for. There's a big bald dude searching for a ring. I don't know which series that was, but I know I saw that back in high school. And I just never got around to watching the rest of it. So yeah. Hello, Farmer Fox. Thanks for coming on. Amanda says I've never drawn a chibi. Don't be intimidated. You're welcome in the Joe McFo fan. Wait, who's the? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I was like, who said something? Then I missed it. Yeah, don't be intimidated, guys. I promise I'm pretty nice. I have to watch them probably. The Joe McCult. Oh my gosh, that is dark. That's funny. The Joe McCult. You know, speaking of that name, I have the sign, the neon sign. I just have to hang it up on the wall, guys. Man, it says that's like episode 3, Jordan. Well, it is what it is. Maybe I did see a couple episodes then, because I do remember that. I do remember that moment. So it's possible that I watched a couple episodes and just never finished. Here. Now, character expressions, these are actually pretty difficult. So, one, you have to make sure that the face is consistent. right? You don't want to suddenly look like a different character when you're drawing it. But two, trying to exaggerate properly is also very challenging, and that's something that that I have to constantly keep in mind. I'll be honest, I don't know if that's succeeding with this one quite yet, but it's not like I have a deadline on this, so I'm not overly worried about that, to be honest with you guys. I'm kind of just having fun drawing my sons and daughters in Shadowboxers. So, that's a straight line. Okay, then we gotta get the Kufi. That's the, as far as I know, that's the name of this hat. Mark could correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is. The other thing about character expression pages is that it helps you to put the character in context, because it's one thing when you're just doing the turnaround, right? You see what they look like from all angles. But then there are times when you try and have them in motion, and some things just don't work out the way that you anticipated. So it's kind of like a fluid process in its own unique way. Like, for example, I had to update Aletha and Atana because there was too much going on with their outfits, and it became a burden to draw them. And so I did subtle changes where I wasn't changing the overall feeling of the character, but I just had to make it easier to draw. So this is also an opportunity for me to see, is there something that I need to simplify or adjust when I'm drawing this character? So far, I'm not seeing too many things that are bothering me, although I might need to get a little bit more specific with his nose and maybe his goatee. Maybe. But we'll see. This might need to go a little bit lower. Yeah, this ear is definitely a little low. All right, who am I missing in the comments? I feel out of touch, don't recognize these character names. You talking about the characters for my project, for Shadowboxers? I can show up, I can bring up the turnaround if that's what you're referring to. Not the turnaround, the character lineup. I don't remember the episode numbers, but yes, it's very early in the series. Sorry, Farmer Fox, I ranted so soon. Did you have a go? That's funny. Mark says the hat name is correct. Okay, good. There are tattoos found in an estimated 4,000-year-old mummy. Tattoos are an ancient form of expression that transcends cultures, makes us different from animals. I wanted to connect to that. Oh, interesting. I knew tattoos were very old. Yeah, it makes you wonder, like, what they were putting on them. Like, I wonder if people were putting on roses like they are now. Like, people put roses on their shoulders and all that stuff now. And how expensive they might have been. This character is important to the story, but we haven't seen him much. He's not the flashiest, so don't feel bad. Yeah, he's he. I'll put it like this: he's definitely going to be in the first. So each episode, in terms of the screenwriting side, is going to be split up into 3 parts for the comic, just for the sake of ease. I don't know if he's going to be in the first episode in the Webtoon format, but he's definitely in the first episode overall as a character. Here, let me show you guys the, just for the sake of Farmer Fox, I'll show my characters again, so y'all know you could be in the loop a little bit. Can't reveal everything though. So these are my core group with the update. Well, actually, Aletha's slightly not updated. Her mask is a little different now. But this is Nashaka right here on the far left. Then we got Aletha Ishnu, Javen, who's our main character, Atana's adopted younger sister Kayla, Ghazali, and then Asim, who is Javen's dad. If you couldn't tell by the family resemblance, they got the same exact face. Only difference is that Asim's face is more square and he's got a beard and some wrinkles. That's about it. But that is his little twin, basically. All right, so let me whoa. Okay, I'm done with that. Not super happy with how that expression came out, but that's okay. There's gonna be a bunch of them. This is the exploration side of things. So let's see, maybe oh, this is a cool one. The other thing about drawing characters like this is it's hard because it's not like I have a photo reference really to draw them off of. I have to combine a reference that I'm seeing and based on what I know about the character. And considering I drew him, I made up the rules. But the thing is, not all those rules have been solidified in my mind just yet. Like if you ask me to draw Javen right now, I have drawn him enough times where I'm like, I got him. Like I've memorized his outfit. That's not really an issue for me. I have the turnaround up more for formality almost rather than me not knowing what he looks like. But characters like Mashaka, characters like Ghazali or Ishnu, I need some help sometimes because sometimes I just don't draw them as much. And I know you guys haven't seen this guy a lot, so it's gotta keep that in mind. Okay. And then there's things like proportion of the nose and stuff. I think that nose is a little on the higher side. All right, here's some more ASMR for y'all. Can you guys actually hear the chewing? I'm curious. I have no idea because it always sounds louder when you're chewing, but you don't know what it sounds like to the outside world. So, actually, hold on 1 second, guys. I need to pull out one of my art books. Hold on. So I actually have the PDF of this, but I just pulled out my Cora book 3. And yes, that calls for I want to see how they do the expressions because there's a way that they create them that are so solid. Oh, by the way, you guys want to know a fun story about this book? I might have shared it before, but I'll share it again either way. When I got this book, Brian Canezzo, the co-creative Avatar, was doing a winter session class at RISD, and I bought this book and had it shipped to me around the time he was teaching. And one day he did a lecture, it was like the final week of winter session, and his box of this had been shipped to LA, so he had never seen the book. And so I go up to him afterwards and I want him to sign it. And he's like, oh man, you got this? So he actually had never seen this copy of the book. And when he signed it right here, I wish I had him write like first signature or something, but this is the first one that Brian Canetz ever saw of this book, and I have it. So yeah, I know that probably calls for like half a gallon of drinking water, but I gotta tell that story because I think it's pretty cool. Okay, let's get back to this. Yep, I hear the crunch. I wish I had an apple now. I hear the crunch. The biting sound comes through pretty clearly, kind of surprising. Probably because I have the mic right here. Okay, so that's good to know. I'll be back. I have a craving for a crunchy apple. Yeah, this apple's really good. Green apples are my favorite too. He brings up Avatar a lot. We hydrate every time he brings it up. Yep, that's exactly how it be. Every time we bring up that, we bring up this dude right here with the mask. Anytime we bring up Jack and Daxter, that also calls for a hydration check. because we all need water in our lives, right? We all could get better at that. So let me, as I'm talking, let me go to the page that I want because I'm trying to find the expressions for a certain character here. Yeah, here we go. All right. Yeah. Does this work? One downside is this book doesn't really work as a good surface for my mouse to work on. So let me reorganize. Put that here. This will be here. Okay. And quite honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't want to put pressure on myself to make the perfect expression sheet right now. I think this will just be more of a practice. And I could just start exploring. And then the ones I really like that are feeling like him, I could put in the official one. Because I actually looked at some of my older character sheets and I'm much better than I am now than I was back then because I drew them 2-3 years ago. I kind of want to update them, even if they're the same expressions. Like there's some subtle things that I think actually resonate a little bit better now that I'm more used to drawing some of the characters. He looks like the type of guy who listened to Tupac. He just gives me that vibe. Now I listen to Tupac too sometimes, but just that's what it makes me think. I found this emoji that I use all the time in our SB Discord. Yes, that is so true. Every time, and sometimes Megan does that on purpose. Just like hydration. It's hilarious. I love it. Let's see. Hi guys, I'm late, but here was just back from dinner date with my boyfriend. He gave me a promise ring after dinner. It was the very reason I was late. That's really cute. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that story. I hope you both are doing well. That elusive SB Discord. Yes, it is elusive. Only for the people working on it for right now. One day it will be opened up, but probably not for some months, maybe even a year. Whenever the project actually comes out, whenever that release date is, that's when we'll open it up. Or maybe in preparation for it, like once I have a solid idea of how close we are to finish. I'm sorry I haven't been posting as much on the Instagram, by the way, guys. I have been so swamped lately. I've been exhausted. Like today, I was actually invited to a birthday party and I couldn't go because I was just so tired. I took a nap. I was like, I'm done. And mind you, I'd only been up for like 4 hours and I was like, I'm out. And I fell asleep and I got up, did a little bit of work, and now I'm doing this. And I'll have to work later tonight too. So hopefully in the next month or two, when my classes end, things will change a bit. But yeah, it's definitely taking its toll. So don't mind me being overly exhausted. Okay, one thing I got to figure out is how tall his hair is compared to the kufi. Because I somehow feel like this might be too tall. And I feel like the shapes I'm using are still too round. They're not quite matching just yet. That's okay. I'm trying to think low pressure, right? That's the goal. Okay. What can I adjust? This chin is definitely too much on the round side. Let's do that. Oh, I forgot. He's got some wrinkles here. Got a little bit of action here. I think his eyes are a little big. Gotta be really careful with the size of the eyes because it starts to read as childish or even feminine sometimes. So you gotta be real careful how much you increase the size of the eyes for a character like him. If this were Kayla, I could probably get away with it. Even Javen, I'd probably be able to get away with it. But Mashaka, not so much. Not so much. Oh snap! Janet asks Cezanne, it's been a while. Yes, it has. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you for joining. How have you been? How's college life? He's got his earring here. Bam. What's that? That. There we go. That's getting a little closer. This nose doesn't feel quite right because his head's tilted down. And I think it needs to. I think we need less nostril, more bridge of the nose. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that'll work for now. It's been pretty good, but also pretty hectic and busy, especially my business classes in art. But I have only like 4 weeks till summer. That's right, 4 weeks. You got this. I know the struggle. I believe in you. And I imagine everyone else does as well, but I can't speak for them. But I believe in you. All right. Last Apple ASMR for the stream, guys. I hope you enjoy. Oh. Let me try a different brush. Just to see what something else feels like. Sometimes I feel like that brush gets a little thick, the one I was using before. So I want to just try something else. Okay, let's get him nice and angry. I might have said this on a stream before, but there's something about drawing characters really mad that's a lot more fun than drawing them really happy. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. I don't know if that says something about me as a person, but I think it's cooler. Okay, jaw's chin's about there. Jaw's probably gonna be doing something like that. Get pickles for next time. Okay, so there's something you should probably know about me. There's very few foods that I do not like. Pickles is one of my it's probably my least favorite food of all time. I absolutely hate pickles. I've never liked them. I never will. It all started when I started getting them in cheeseburgers as a kid, and I was like, what the heck is this? And I would have to take out the green things. Pickles are not for me, and I apologize if I offend people, but I have to live the truth. I have to live my truth, y'all. So, yeah, no pickles. No pickles for me. We could do popcorn or chips. We could do something like that. Come to find out, I'll be known as the ASMR artist in 6 months because of this one live stream. Just eating snacks all the time. Okay, this actually is not as extreme as I thought it was going to be. Let me push this a little bit further. Okay, let's see. Keep in mind, this is just sketching, guys. I haven't finalized anything just yet. That looks like a tricky angle. Yeah, it is tricky. It is a tricky angle. I might have to redraw stuff a couple times. Third time's the charm, I guess. I believe in you. You will finish your fan art too. Eat your freaking pickles, Jordan. Never, never. JK, I hate them too. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I've never understood people who like pickles and just choose to like them. Although one of my favorite things I do like when I'm at a restaurant and I order a burger and they have the pickle off to the side, I feel so much better because I don't have to open up my burger and do all this stuff. I just leave it there. Yeah, I'm like, do what you want with the pickle, but I'm not touching it. There's no way. Okay, this is. This pose would probably be better if I gave him some teeth. This is interesting because we got one layer for the mustache, one for the lips, and then one for the teeth. One for the money, two for the show. Okay. That might be too tall. Let's see, if that's his head, Kufi can be around here. Then the back of the head be something like this. By the way, guys, I know I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. I really do appreciate you all taking the time out of your day for 2-3 hours, whatever it is, to come through and watch me draw. Every single week I get excited to draw with you guys and just hang out, talk about shower boxes and all things hydration checks and what you guys are up to in life is really inspiring for me. And I really, really appreciate you guys. So much love to the Joe McFo fam. All right, this pose is still not quite feeling right to me. I think it's in this, it's either in the mouth, I think. Oh, wait, that's not the eraser I want. So let me, there's gotta be a better way to do this. there's that. And the eyebrow, I think, could be way more expressive too. Amanda says, really? Baby Gershon, kosher deals, sweet baby holes, Kool-Aid pickles, man. Kool-Aid pickles are the bomb. I don't even know the differences between all that stuff. I just think pickles are disgusting. And I agree with Janet. What is a Kool-Aid pickle? That sounds really questionable, if I'm being honest with you. I don't like bread and butter pickles, though. Those things are just the worst. You mean the combination, or you just don't like bread and then butter pickles? Help me understand. Pickles are an American thing. In my 32 years alive, I just recently started seeing jars of them in select stores here. Oh, bro, those have been around. Oh my gosh, that's the section I always skipped. They're always there. They're always there. I mean, there are pickled vegetables in China. Yeah, I still think it's gross. The pickledness is, yeah. Can't do it. The other foods I do not like, olives, especially like green olives. I don't like those. I thought those were always gross. If it's a black olive, I can tolerate it, but I will avoid it if I can. And I kid you not, guys, I'm like a 4-year-old. I'll just pick it off my plate and be like, nope, I'm not doing this. And then bell peppers. Not a fan of bell peppers either. If I eat a bell pepper, it has to be in some sort of sauce, really drenched in there, so I can't taste it. But if I taste it at all, it's not going to be a good time. It's not going to be a good time for me. So, yeah, those are the foods I do not like. I'm sure there are others, but those are the ones that really come to mind. What other foods do I just not like? Oh, stuffing for Thanksgiving. Never liked stuffing. I always thought it was disgusting. I always thought that was gross. So, yeah, so I guess those are the things. I think that's the end of my list. I'm sure that list will grow, but I liked eating most things. It's just those 4. I'm like, not for me, yo. Not for me. Okay, I think this eye might be a little too big. That's feeling a little bit better. It's starting to come together now. I'm pretty sure it's a black southern thing. Basically, it's a jar of dill pickles, sugar, and a pack of Kool-Aid. That sounds like a heart attack. Bread and butter pickles are a type of pickly. Olives are gross. Tried them once at a fancy buffet and never again. See, I'm not the only one. I appreciate you being honest with us, Mark, and agreeing with the truth that they're just not as great as everyone wants them to be. Now, I'll eat olive oil. Olive oil, you can put down whatever. I don't have a problem with that. But olives themselves, down here in the South, we pickle everything. Everything pickled okra, yum. Okay. Yeah, you enjoy that, Amanda. You do you. How are olives so gross while olive oil is so delicious? I don't know. I don't understand. I didn't even see this comment before I made that last statement about olive oil. But like Mark said, it's a mystery. Megan, olives are delicious. Y'all some picky ears. Haha. No, it's just I named 4 things. I'm not that picky. Actually, okay. I'm also vegan, so I don't know. I don't know how much worse that list gets when I say that, because and I will say this: when I ate meat, I was down for whatever. As bacon, shrimp, crab, steak, all that stuff. But now I definitely can't eat that. I would actually get sick if I ate it now. People sometimes go like, Jordan, you should try a bite, and I'm like, I'll try a bite if you feel like taking care of me for the next week and a half while I'm constantly throwing up everywhere, because that's what will probably happen. Last time I had cheese, I was sick for 3 days. It was one slice of pizza. I was sick for 3 days. Yeah, I couldn't even breathe properly. It was horrible. And I was like, I'm okay. And that was in 2016. So I haven't had cheese since 2016. But now it's a lot easier because in 2023, there's so many replacers that you almost don't really miss it. Like there's actually a vegan pizza spot not too far from my house. And sometimes when I'm working, I'll order in and they'll just, it'll be super expensive, but it's all mine. I get vegan pizza all to myself and it's absolutely amazing. Okay, let's see. Let's fix this nose here. Yeah, I think we're starting to get a little bit of a groove now. This Mashaka feels way better than the first two. Probably because I'm looking at other character design sheets, seeing what is possible. Matter of fact, let me see. I've never had stuffing before, but I don't eat a lot of American foods for Thanksgiving. You can skip the stuffing. It's not worth it. Trust me. It's just gross. We got pickled chicken feet and pig's feet. Now, I've heard of pig's feet. I've never heard of pickled chicken's feet. I'm sure they're just as crunchy and as the rest of the chicken. Well, I guess it depends if you fry it or not. But yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find some more expression sheets, and some of them are more a amateur artist, and they're not as strong as something I would find like Disney. No offense to those artists. Apple done, water now on hand. There you go. Enough time has passed. Now I can make some tea. BRB. All right. All right. So let's pick a new pose. You guys got to start naming facial expressions for me too. I forgot to do that. So put one in the chat for me to do for the next one. This one's gonna be a little different. I want to try something that's a little bit more, not just less evil, less dark. He's been frowning a lot, He's been like, "What you said to me, punk? Say it again. I dare you." This one's gonna be a little bit different. Minute says disgusted. Let's see. Let's go back to this view. Okay. Disgusted. How can we do that? I guess actually we could do that. Disgusted. I have to make a face. Sorry if you guys see me going like this. If I'm not having a moment, I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Scared. I see that one. That's not a bad one. Draw the inside out expressions. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Okay, let's go inside out. I think we probably have to leave out joy. I don't think this character would be that happy, but yeah, this would actually be kind of fun. I don't think fear would be on his face too, but disgust possibly. We might see disgust. But let me finish up this one that I was doing. Then we can do disgust and scared and all that stuff. No, that's weird. How do I get this expression right? I'm looking at a Disney sheet. Thing with Disney is their style is so different than mine, and I'm also using reference of a female character who's naturally out more round than Mashaka is. So it's throwing me off. Like I had something like this, and it's like, no, that's starting to look twirly mustache, and that's not what I want. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little better about this. I might not have his mouth open that way though. I just realized we listened to the same song for 52 minutes, and I kind of like the song, but let's break up the monotony a little bit. Let's try Bad Snacks. What is this? Oh, I've played this many times. I don't remember the names of these songs, guys. I have no clue what they are. I pick them once and leave it for half the stream, and then I don't see it or think about it again until the next week. I eat turkey, but I also eat a lot of Chinese version Thanksgiving food, like pine nuts and corn, stir-fry ribs, and soup and other stuff. That sounds pretty good. He's disgusted because he was forced to try Kool-Aid pickles. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I am totally a pickled fan. I love pickled eggs and beets. No. Maybe I should have that debate with my characters someday. Just debate about pickled stuff. We'll see what the episode needs are. Let me go back to that inside out expression. Disgust. If I make his mouth a little bit wider, like, ew. Yeah, I kid you not, guys. Sometimes when you're making expressions, you gotta just make the faces yourself and just like feel it. There's several really great making of art documentaries out there, but one in particular that stands out is Finding Nemo. And the animator was talking about the scene at the end where Marlin saves Nemo from being caught in the giant snare. And he's trying to get Nemo to, the feedback came from Andrew Stanton. It's like, hey, we should have Nemo looking up at his dad so it doesn't look like he's just dead and dying, you know? And so one of the things he had to do is he had to have a mirror next to him, and he would start like making the faces, like whimpering and the crying and the happiness. And a lot of artists will do stuff like that to kind of get in the mode. It's sort of like, if you guys ever watch Kanye make a beat, it's the funniest thing ever because he gets into his music. He's just like, he just does that. He goes in, and you know, say what you want about Kanye, but dude knows how to make a beat. Say what you want about the man, but dude knows what he's doing when it comes to producing tracks. So yeah, he gets so into it. And I think that's how artists got to be sometimes, you know? Sometimes we just need that freedom to be able to express ourselves and feel the paper. Megan knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, some of these art schools would be like, feel the paper. And it's like, no, that's not necessary at all. And when I say feel the paper, I mean like they would have you get charcoal on your hands and just massage the paper and like get into it. I'm like, that's dumb. That's dumb. At least for me. You do what you guys want to do. I never found it useful. I never once used that technique while working in the jobs that I've had. It always just felt so dumb. I've also, this might be a controversial thing. I've also never found much value in blind contour drawings either. I just don't see a need for me to draw and not see what I'm looking at. There's nothing I would draw that would make me want to keep that drawing or continue working on it if I was not looking at it. I'm actually not even 100% sure what that practice is about other than just loosening up, but I don't know. I think you can loosen up and still look at your drawing. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that? What are you guys' thoughts and opinions? No, this isn't right. No. Yeah, I think I lost some of the character by making some of the changes I did. That's okay. Someone's gonna take screenshots of me and just make me look really weird on the internet. I can see it coming. But who knows, maybe I'll beat you to it and post it myself. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Jan says, I hate Kanye. But that should be expected because I'm a Taylor Swift fan. Where's Ginger Cell? Where's Ginger Cell at? We had this debate a long time ago. It's probably the most legendary debate we've ever had on any of my live streams, where she tried to tell me that Taylor Swift was better than Michael Jackson. And just numerically, that's incorrect. If it's a personal thing and you just personally like her music more, I can respect that. But on a numbers level, that's just not true. And no one can fight me on that. Michael Jackson's literally the best-selling music artist. Solo music artist. If you're talking about music groups, then the Beatles, technically. But other than that, it's my boy Mike. Can't nobody touch it! Plus, he has the best-selling album of every category, where it's a single album, double disc album, and remix album. Like, come on. On the feeling the paper, I always think of SpongeBob when he does art with Squidward. I gotta see the marble. I gotta lick the marble. I gotta date the marble. Yes, that's so true. That is so true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he predicted the way art school would go, and we even know it. I gotta lick the marble. Squidward's like, okay, all right. I gotta date the marble. Wasn't the last one like, I have to be the marble? SpongeBob from 1999 to 2004 was classic. If you guys didn't get a chance to grow up with that, I feel sorry for you, because that was some of the funniest stuff ever. Matter of fact, maybe I'll do that in class next week, because sometimes when I'm working in class, students are often very quiet. And the last few classes, we've just been doing spring break stuff, and we haven't had a whole lot to critique. And so 2 weeks ago, we watched The Prince of Egypt in class. And then last class on Tuesday, we watched Invader Zim and a couple Avatar episodes. And yes, I know. Jazz says, I'm not saying she's better than Michael Jackson, so don't kill me. No, I wouldn't kill you. I would just verbally destroy you in your argument if you said that. That's all. So yeah, it's not remotely the same. Taylor Swift versus Kanye is a different story. You won't get timed out for that. Yeah, Kanye is a very controversial figure, and I understand why people don't like him, but I think there's a difference between liking a person and acknowledging whether or not they are capable of doing something very well. You know, like you don't have to like a construction worker, but maybe they put together houses a lot better than you do. So it's just kind of a it's just kind of a trade-off there. Um, I find Kanye West very amusing, actually, just as an individual. Like just the stuff that he says and gets away with is very fascinating to me. Some of it very insensitive, I understand, but he's just. And when I say fascinated, it doesn't mean I agree with the stuff he says. It's just like, wow, you went there, huh? Interesting. How do my students address me in class? Jordan, Mr. McFo, Professor Foster, Pro Foster. That's funny. I prefer for them to just call me by Jordan. One student said Professor McCracken Foster, which technically is right, but I was like, bro, that's a mouthful. I know it's a mouthful. I do it for. I specifically keep that name for the Joe McFo purpose. Like that's really it, and because of my college apps, and it's a long story, but yeah, yeah. So I just prefer have them call me Jordan. Sometimes they'll say Professor Foster. Sometimes they'll just say Professor. But yeah, I like to be pretty chill with my students. I don't necessarily how do I put this? I think there should be some chasm or barrier between the student and the teacher, but I also like relating to my students, especially because a lot of times we're about the same age, and some cases my students are actually older than me. So you know, it just becomes nice to be like, yeah, it's it's chill, keep it chill. I think it's sometimes easier for people to learn that way when they don't feel as stressed out, because it feels more like you're talking with a peer in a sense. I'm still playing around with that, and I think that my thoughts on it will probably change. And I bet there's probably teachers out there who are like, you can't do it that way because they'll disrespect you. It's like, well, if they do, they do. I mean, at the end of the day, it's them who's trying to get a job. So, put in the work, and, that's really all I can really say. Let's see. Oh, I was supposed to do scared. I totally forgot. Okay, let's do scared. What does scared look like? Let me find a good reference of a scared person. I don't know how often he would be scared, but let's try. Probably do something like this. Eyes. Kind of like this. I forget if you were here when this rule was made, but disrespecting the king gets you timed out for 5 minutes. I think, honestly, Megan, I think you made that rule up. I don't know if I ever said that. Prof McCrack. Oh my gosh, please don't do that. Don't do that to me. That's a brutal one. Actually one time, I was talking with my mom. I was complaining about my emails in school because whenever I was in school, they would have it be like J McCrack and then a number or something. And I was like, I freaking hate that. It's so annoying. And she was like, well, Jordan, why don't you ask them to change it? Like, why don't you have it be like Jordan F. McCracken or something like that? And then she said, J.F. McCrack. I was like, J.F. McCrack. Oh, yeah, Mom, I don't think that's going to work very well. And she just looked at me and she was like, ah! And she just started busting out laughing. It was so funny. It was just one of those moments where, she's like, you're right, Jordan. You're right. I like Pro Foster. That's kind of cool. I've never heard that one before. Release the McCracken. Actually, I decided years ago, like in high school, whenever I release my first art book, or sketchbook rather, like my random sketches, it's going to be called Release McCracken Volume 1. That's what it's going to be called. That does not include the Shadowboxers art book or anything like that. Do you guys agree separating an artist from their personality, like with Picasso, Kanye, and others? I think, so we had a whole art prof stream on that. Me personally, I think it depends on what era you're in. For example, if someone who's very popular now came out and it was found out they did some really disgusting things, like someone like R. Kelly, for example, I could see how people would be like, I'm not listening to his music. But here's the thing, 100 years from now, people may or may not even remember that. Because that happened with Michael Jackson. And I'm not going to get into whether or not I think he did what he was accused of, but people who were not alive during that time don't even realize that was a chapter of his life where he was dealing with that. So I think depending on the time frame, it's a little bit, we're going to see a little bit more like separate. But I think when it's fresh in the minds of people, that's when it tends to be like throw out the baby with the bathwater, So I'm not saying that either way is right or wrong, but I personally would like to be known for more than just what I draw. I love what I do for a living. I love my work, but there's a lot more to me than just Shadowboxers. There's a lot more to me than just the live streams that I do and my teaching and all that stuff. And so, and there's a lot, there's so many things you guys don't really know about what I care about and appreciate, because I just don't bring it up on stream. I'm very private about that sort of stuff. So yeah, that was a long answer to a short question, but that's my personal opinion. Prof McCrack, yeah, please, no, we're not doing that ever in life. You can do him subtly scared. You could do that. I don't know how I feel about separating art from artists. I have very black and white thinking sometimes, something I'm working on, so it's difficult for me to be objective like that. It's hard for me to separate the two with some people. I feel guilty for supporting them because they aren't a good person. I feel like their morals should be more important than the art. Well, here's the other thing too, is like, this is the thing with celebrities, right? The key issue with celebrities is we expect them to do everything right because they're in the spotlight. But the thing is, they're people. And there are some, let's be real, there are some things that people do that are not as egregious as other things. I'm not going to say what they all are, especially because YouTube and the platform and all that, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. So many people are victim to that, but we kind of, we don't see it quite in the same light because of, we expect better from them. But in reality, it's like, they're just like us. And so I that's why I don't like pedestalizing people, because it's like we act like they're above, they act like we give them the ability to act like they're above us sometimes, and really it's not like that. It shouldn't be like that. I'm sure some of you guys may disagree, but yeah, and I'm not excusing the bad things that people do, because if someone did a crime, they should serve the time, right? They should pay for that. But I think, like, look, if you don't like Kanye West because of a personal reason, that's fine, whatever. Even if I don't like Kanye West or some of the stuff that he says, does it mean I'm not going to listen to College Dropout every once in a while? Probably not. So that's just me. So yeah, I don't know. Like, for example, there's a music artist, his name is Bill Withers. He passed away, but he did songs like Lovely Day. He did Just the Two of Us and Ain't No Sunshine, very famous for those songs. There's a rumor that he was a woman beater. I'm not by any means endorsing that, but most people are not aware of that. and they still listen to his music. So it's like, is that going to change your opinion on how you listen to the music? I think that's more of an individual choice. You know, it's really something. I hope I don't get canceled for anything I'm saying right now. It's going to shrink from 821 subscribers to 800. Generally, yes, artistic vision often comes with being demented. They go together, but it depends. If you mean financially, then it gets trickier. Like Lasser did awful things, but he's not the only one who works on those movies. Yeah, that's the other thing, like John Lasser, right? John Lasser was interesting. I always just kind of saw him as a socially awkward guy. But you know, whatever. I didn't look into his story too much. I was just like, oh, that's what he's accused of? Ugh, okay. And then, you know, whatever. I haven't really followed him like that. But yeah, it's like, are you gonna not watch Toy Story because he directed it? Are you gonna not, you know, watch a Will Smith movie because he slapped Chris Rock? Or, you know, so I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. I think it's everyone's I think it's up to everybody's own personal interpretation. And I don't like putting whatchamacallit. I don't like putting my opinions and forcing them down people's throats. But at the end of the day, I just think we are all human. We are all susceptible to doing really bad stuff. Like, for example, little history lesson for you guys. There was an event in the year 70 AD, and it's called the destruction of Jerusalem. Basically, what happened is the Romans, the Emperor Titus, the Roman Emperor, he basically had his army put a flag down, and as a sign that they were going to attack Jerusalem. They left for a couple of days and then came back. Maybe even it might have even been a year. They came back, but the destruction was so bad that parents would how do I do this? How do I say this without like getting flagged potentially? They digested their own offspring. Let's put it like that. They were starving. Now, most people are like, oh my gosh, and even me myself, like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. But the thing is, we don't know what we're capable of until we get in those situations. And you know, far be it for me to put anything past my own self. You know, I'm just as human and flawed as everyone else. So yeah, I think it's a very tricky argument. And again, I'm not excusing bad behavior or anything like that, but it's a lot more black and white than, it's a lot less black and white than people make it seem. It's a different thing to say, I'm not going to buy any more R. Kelly stuff and throwing out his old albums. I'm not saying you shouldn't do the latter, though. That's just different. Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Jordan, I find it fresh that you can speak your mind. Well, I appreciate that you see it that way, because sometimes I don't like talking about this sort of stuff because just like can open up a whole can of worms. So, and I like having these types of discussions when it comes to, you know, just speaking your mind, personal opinions, because again, we all have different ways of responding to stuff. And I think everyone should have the opportunity to have an opinion on something and allow it to be valid, even if you don't agree. I think that's healthy. I actually don't like the idea that we're constantly trying to force other people to agree with us. Like, I don't see how you can grow from that. You know, some of the closest friends I have are people who disagree vehemently on stuff that I find so close to me, you know? So yeah, just that's life, I guess. That's life. Yes, I agree with the celebrity thing. Like, Taylor Swift is definitely not perfect, and I don't think she or anyone should be shunned for their mistakes. Yeah, it's just like, it is what it is, right? Like, one time, Martin Lawrence, he was caught on the freeway with a gun, like 25, 30 years ago. You know, obviously with the Will Smith, Chris Rock issue that happened last year, that was pretty big. And, you know, there will be repercussions for Will Smith. He was banned from the Oscars for the next 10 years and made himself and his whole family look bad because of that. But, you know, he's still a man. He's still just one of us. He happens to be a little bit more well-known because of his success. which I think he deserves. He's worked very hard to get to the places that he's gotten to, and I think he's good at what he does as an actor and as a music artist, although he hasn't come out with an album in like 15 to 20 years. But yeah, it's just how life is sometimes. It's a little more complicated than we think. Jordan, you must eat pickles. Where in the world did that come from? That was so random. I will not be eating pickles. Thank you very much. That ain't happening. Not even on a dare would I eat a pickle, because that's just gross. Yeah. Like I said with the bell peppers, how I would like spit that out like a 4-year-old. I would do the same thing. I am just a man. I like many other vegetables though. I like Brussels sprouts, for example, especially roasted Brussels sprouts. Those are good. Or broccoli, like broccoli. Potatoes are always the bomb. I don't think there's anyone on a planet who dislikes potatoes. Garlic is always good. Asparagus. But pickles? No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. This one actually feels pretty good. I'm liking this. How this is coming out. One thing I do to create that scared look, by the way, I'll raise the eyebrows up and I'll make their eyes really wide and give them small pupils. That's one way to really show off the scared look. Although with him, his eyes aren't just dots, they actually have pupils and everything. Ghazali doesn't. Ghazali kind of has just a pupil because he's my bad guy. But this character probably just makes people a little bit more dilated here. LOL from Deep Conversation to Pickles. Yeah, it is. I don't even know how that happened, but only on the Joe McFo show, right? In today's world, Jordan can say anything he wants, but could potentially get canceled for the pickle thing. I find that hilarious. That hilarious or tragic. If I get canceled, ain't nobody ever going to support shadow boxes. I got to be careful what I say. I was very picky for years until I grew up and found out my parents were just bad cooks. Little to no seasoning, vegetables always boiled. That is funny. That is really funny. Turns out you were just suck at cooking. Couldn't even imagine that conversation. It's amazing. Yeah, it's funny when you grow up and you start realizing how different things were. Like, for example, my parents were parents by the time they were my age. I'm 28 now, and I think about it. I'm like, man, would I have a little mini me just running around here in diapers and calling me dad and stuff? Like that's a strange concept sometimes, but because mentally sometimes I still think like I'm 19 years old. I'm like, no, I'm a whole adulting in this world. It's so weird. I don't say I never thought I would get here, but didn't think it would happen that quickly. So after this, I think I'll do one more expression, guys. I actually have to get caught up on some work and prepare for class tomorrow, as well as my game studio gig. So list out options for the next expression that I can do from Ashaka. And let me know if you want to see more of these types of streams where I'm just doing sketches of character faces and stuff like that, because I'm trying to think of what more I can do. I don't want you guys to get bored of the stream, and I want them to all just be the exact same. So yeah, let me know what y'all want to see. Oh, that's what I was trying to say, Mark. I was trying to bring the combo full circle. Yeah, you did bring it full circle. You succeeded. That was funny. I appreciated that. Just like, what the heck is she talking about? All right. And again, these aren't really set in stone expressions. There's a lot of things I would fix about them, but it gets the ball rolling. And I quite honestly need to practice drawing this character even more. So yeah, that's a little better. I love SB, but I can't support it. That Joe McFo guy doesn't eat pickles. Oh man, if I get canceled for that, oh, that would be so painful. My nemesis from the time I was eating Happy Meals is what's ruining my career. Oh my gosh, the doggone pickle. What's mind-boggling to me is my twin is a wife and mom and owns a house and a good career, and I work in a warehouse, not using my degree, and live with a roommate in a rented house. And then Mark says, Amanda, you're a true artist. That's funny. Talking about the full circle thing. But yeah, I understand that it's life turns out differently for people. And I have family members who are my age who are doing things very differently. I have a family member who's exactly my age, bought his own house, and is going on trips around the world and has his own business, and he's driving race cars, and I'm here like, I'm doing fine, but it's like, that's a whole different level. You're buying a house in Los Angeles at 28 years old. Actually, he was more like 25 or 26 when he got that. But still, it's wild. I can't imagine being put together enough to be someone's parent. I guess it depends how old you are. Yeah. All right. Hold on one second, guys. I gotta close the blinds so people don't look in my house. But I want to see you guys' thoughts for the next expression I'm going to do for this character. And what I'll do while I'm gone for a second, I'll leave this here, and you can just go like, what hasn't Jordan done? All right, I'll be right back. Okay, maybe my internet's slow, but I see no comments. All right, that's fine. We'll just pick something. Let's go on Pinterest. Wednesday Addams. She was the perfect actress to play this character. She was the perfect actress. She was hilarious to me. Especially that dance sequence everyone's been talking about, where she's like, so good. All right, Amanda comes out with embarrassment. Megan says smug. Okay, we got smug, we got embarrassment. I'm gonna just look these up and just get ideas for what that could look like. I know I spelled that wrong, so don't judge me. What does embarrassment look like without hiding your face? Because this character would not do that. Embarrassment. Yeah, people who are embarrassed tend to hide. They'll like do this or something. I don't know how to do that without covering his face. It's actually kind of a funny expression for this one. That's fun. Maniacal laughter in love. That's interesting. I like that, maniacal laughter. I was gonna say draw him laughing, then remembered you said he probably wouldn't be much for showing joy. But okay, yeah, we could do a maniacal laughter. I think we've done smug in some way. I would say the second one might be a little smug. Maniacal laughter. Okay. Mwahahaha. Okay, let's do evil laugh. Nightmare fuel. Let's see. This joke. Oh wait. There was a Willem Dafoe that was perfect. Yeah, there we go. This was hilarious right here when when dude did this in the Matrix. All right, so I think we're gonna do the Willem Dafoe version because he's just creepy. Rumor has it that he's always wanted to play the Joker and has never had an opportunity to. I think he would make a good Joker. Dude was raw when he was Green Goblin in No Way Home. That was something. I was like, this dude is freaking despicable. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's tilt this head a little bit forward. Let's get this going. And then the smile, that's what's gonna really make it stick. Gonna try not to mimic Aletha's mask too much in here. Or, I guess the maniacal laughter. Are we doing open mouth maniacal laughter? Like ha 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 ha, or is it kind of like, because this one, like the reference I was using is more like but if you look at the maniacal laughter ones, like it's like Joker. I guess we should have an open mouth. Maybe something like this. What the? That's such a weird gif. I don't even understand why they put that. Misandry. Oh my gosh. The internet is wild for that. I don't even understand why they would put that word with that image, but okay. Yes, with spit and everything. Good call, Megan. I missed it. Wait, what did I say? That was Oh, I mentioned Green Goblin. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, you gotta. If you just put the water icon and I look at the comment a few minutes later, I'm gonna have to go back in my mental Rolodex and figure out what I said. So you might have to be more specific sometimes. Oh my gosh. Who's responsible for this? That's incredible. Okay. Oh, The Shining. Oh, Jack Nicholson, The Shining. That's actually. That might actually work better. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, tell me that's not maniacal laughter face right there. Here's Johnny. Who here has seen The Shining? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so in this case, let's raise up those brows a little bit more. We got a small crowd today. Only 4 of y'all in here. That's okay, though. I appreciate every last one of y'all. It's like a little small draw and hangout. I miss those. I really miss those from school. Doing drawing hangouts, especially the Drawaholics crew from grad school. Megan knows what I'm talking about. Good old days. By the way, guys, not this next week coming up, but the week after, I will have to cancel the live stream. So that's 2 weeks from today for a very specific reason. One of you, well, the reason why is because one of the people on the stream, but am I allowed to say that reason? I don't know. Just give you a thumbs up or thumbs down. You know who you are. Yup. Okay, I can say, yeah, Megan's getting married, y'all. So I'm gonna be over at her wedding, and so I gotta be all ready for that. And unfortunately, we're gonna have to cancel live stream, but it's for a good cause, so y'all can congratulate Megan because it's a happy occasion. I had to ask. I didn't want all your private business without your permission. So thank you for that. All right, so let's do this. I don't know what situation he'd be doing maniacal laughter in my story. I want to stay away from the twirly mustache villains, doing little stuff like this. Never really understood maniacal laughter. I always thought it was a little cheesy, but it's certainly fun. It's definitely fun. I can say that for certainty. All right, that nose is too small for the space. Someone's getting married. I knew it. Stream the wedding. Congratulations, Megan. Great idea. I'm very sorry to take Jordan away from y'all, but we'll be back the week after. Yes, we'll be there the week after. So yeah, gotta do it though. Gotta celebrate. You only get married once, hopefully. I think that's usually the ideal. So gotta be there to support the homie. Plus, I'm officiating, so I'm pretty essential to the whole thing, I guess. Yeah, forget about the stream. Yeah, see, well, you guys will be all right. You guys can watch an Art Cross stream. I know Claire's gonna have something planned for y'all. Or you could rewatch a couple of the older ones and get my watch time hours up. That's cool too. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I definitely need to practice drawing Mashaka more. If this stream has taught me anything, is I need to draw this character more. He's going to be so prominent. And I've gotten used to drawing the main characters, the Ishnus and Atana. Aletha's mask is still challenging. That thing is that's just a challenge. So I'm going to have to model that, I think, and place that in a couple of situations for consistency's sake. But Mashaka, I just gotta get some more pencil mileage in. You know what's funny, by the way, guys? What I realized the other day, most of these characters I've never drawn on paper. I have never drawn Mashaka on paper. I don't know if I've drawn Ishnu on paper. I may have drawn Aletha one time. Don't think I've done a seam. It's kind of like they're all only digital. It's kind of hilarious. Let's fix this a little on the thin side. So let's push this ear out a little bit more. A little bit. And by the way, next time you guys see me, I plan to have some cool new artwork on this wall. I'm getting some things shipped out here, and hopefully it will be rather illuminating, to say that, or exciting. Mark says I can sleep. Yes, you can. But again, it's not next week. It's not next week. Next week, we're good. We're on for next week. It's the week after. And I'll remind you guys next time. Are you nervous about officiating? Gosh, sounds scary. A little bit. I think anyone's always a little bit nervous public speaking, but I've had a lot more practice in it lately because I teach and I speak at my church sometimes, and I have this live stream and Artcroft. And I also have shadow boxers where I've had to pitch that to people and stuff like that, even for not necessarily for like studios, but just for telling people what it's about. And so I have a lot more comfort in public speaking than the average person at this point. My issue, if I'm not mic'd up, then that's going to be a problem because I don't really have a loud voice. I tend to speak very quietly. And I think the only reason you guys are able to hear me now is because the mic is literally right there. So otherwise, people are like, "What'd you say? I can't hear you." Because my voice gets kind of tired. My throat gets kind of tired after a little bit. So yeah. So am I nervous? A little bit, but I don't think I'll be able to not deal with it. I mean, shoot, I'm nervous to come on live streams sometimes, and y'all know me. Like, I feel like I know y'all. We're family now, but I get nervous to come on live streams sometimes. I try not to reveal that too much, especially when I'm having an off day. Like last week I was off. I felt it, and I was like, ugh, every drawing just doesn't want to come out the way that went. I even commented on that a couple times. So that's just part of life, though. It happens. Man, I love paper. That is looking really scary, Jordan. Yes, I love it. We'll have a mic. Okay, good. Glad you'll have a mic. I'm busy that weekend with finals anyways. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll all be okay. And then we'll come back with more Shadowboxer stuff. And by that time, oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say by that time I'll be out of school, but I was like, no, you got a whole month after that. Yeah, I got so much going on. All right. So I think that will just about do it. So again, with these drawings, they were more for just getting that practice in. I don't think all of them look on model just yet, but I'm not really worried about that. My whole goal is just to get more comfortable with the character. There's certain things I would change, like maybe the angle of the hat or the way the nose is shaped or something like that. And that's just part of the process. You know, that's how you grow as an artist. You got to do things a bunch of times. I'm so quick with drawing Javen because I've literally drawn him probably hundreds of times by now. So he's like second nature for me. That's like my son, you know? So yeah, so that's what we came up with today. Let me see. Megan, I bet you were so excited. The planning can be so stressful. I'm pretty sure Megan's excited based on what I saw today. Jordan, are we the same person but only 4 years in art experience apart? Wait, what does that mean? Wait, what are you referring to? I'm so confused right now. Congrats, Megan. Maybe you can watch FMA at the reception or after party. I think there will be plenty of other things going on at the reception for her to worry about whether or not I watch Full Metal Alchemist. Oh man. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you all so much for watching the live stream. Next week we'll be back on same time, same channel. And we'll be doing more Shadowboxer stuff, maybe cleaning up Nashaka, or I still haven't done expression sheets for a scene yet. So whatever I decide to do, wherever you guys want to see, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace.